with Addis Media Network. This is English for grade 6. Hello students, how have you been? Last week, we have seen about past continuous and simple past, and we learned how to use together in one sentence. Do you remember that? Yes. At that time, we also have seen about the conjunctions when and while. Have you understand how to use when and while? Let me remind you with an example. Examples. Look at this. When you called me, I was reading. When you called me, simple past. I was reading, past continuous. And then we connected these two sentences by using the conjunction when. How about the second one, while? Let's see. Look at this. He knocked the door while we were writing. He knocked the door. Knocked the door, simple past, whereas we were writing, past continuous. In the middle, we use the conjunction while. Now, do you remember what we have said, how and when to use them? In such a context, we said that while is followed by the longest action, which is past continuous, whereas when is followed by, yes, simple past. That is what we have seen last time. I am sure you have done your homeworks. Show your answers to your teachers at school or your parents and your mentors, okay? Today we are going to learn about the modal verbs. Have you ever heard about modal verbs? We will see them together now. After this lesson, you will be able to understand the differences of degrees among the modal verbs that can show possibility and probability. Then you can also make sentences using modal auxiliaries. Yes, you will show us how to express possibility and probability in your sentence. Okay? Follow me. Modal verbs. Modal verbs. There are different types of modal verbs. Yes? Yes, to tell some, must, should, ought to, could, may, might, had to, had better, need to, etc. These modal verbs, or we call them modal auxiliaries, they are different from the other auxiliaries that we learned last time, like the present auxiliaries and the past auxiliaries or the perfect auxiliaries. Those other auxiliaries are dependent on what? On time, very good. But these modal auxiliaries, they have a different concern. Their concern is to tell what? Advice, obligation, permission, very good, duty, possibility, right? Very good. Now today, for now, we will see those modal verbs that can help you express possibility and probability. Possibility and probability. Let us see some examples. It might rain. It might rain. So take an umbrella. Look at this sentence. It might rain. Now we are talking about something which we believe or which there is a possibility in the future, right? It might rain, so take an umbrella. Let's see another one. He may be late because of traffic. Look, he may be late because of traffic. Let me give you one more. It could be the answer. Look, it could be the answer. Let me add something here to make it different. I am not sure. Now, let's see these sentences. The first one, it might rain, so take an umbrella. And the second one, he may be late because of traffic, yeah? And the third one, it could be the answer. I'm not sure. Which ones do you think are the modal auxiliaries here? Yes, the modal auxiliaries that we see in these sentences are might, here, yes, may, and could. Now, what do I tell you first? Today we are going to focus on those that can help us to express what? Possibility and probability. Now let's bring out the form of the sentences from these sentences. All right? Okay. Form. As you know, or as usual, we have what? A sentence, yes? A sentence also begins with a subject. Very good. Then after the subject, we're now using these modal auxiliaries, right? Or the modal verbs. These are might, yes? Might, or as you can see on the second example, may, yes? On the third one, we have what? Could. Very good. Then, what comes after these three verbs or these three auxiliaries is, let's see. The first one, it might rain. What kind of verb is it? Tell the answer to your parents or your mentors, okay? Then, after the second one, he may be. Very good. We have be here. Or on the third one, the same. Yes? Fortunately, we have also what? Be. What kind of verbs are this? Very good. If you say infinitive without to or verb 1. Verb 1. So, the form of the modal verbs when we express possibility and probability is after a subject, what do we get? Yes, subject plus might or may or could plus verb 1. This is how we express what? Possibility or probability. Can you make some sentences that can show possibility? Try. Let me give you a few seconds. Just tell something that you believe will or will not happen in the future. Tell your answers to your parents or write it down in your exercise book and show it to your teacher at school. Okay? All right. Now, let me tell you what the differences of these three are. When we say might, what is the difference of might with may or could? Let's see. Let's come back to our examples. It says what? It might rain, so take an umbrella. The person is using what? Might, because he has or she has what? A suspect. He or she believes that there might rain. Yes? Yes, it might rain. We don't know that. We are not sure. Right? So, look, when you use might in your sentence to express possibility, it is 40% possibility, okay? The possibility rate is what? 40%, okay? Look, might, it is what? 40%, which means less than half. Less than half. Or we can say what? Slight possibility. Slight. It is very slight. The chance of happening is what? Very little. Very good. Let's come to the second one. May. We also use may to express, yes, the degree of possibility for may is 50%. It is 50%. All right? So if you are somehow sure, or if you believe that, for example, for the first one, if you have seen clouds, yes, or if the weather becomes foggy, the possibility for the rain is what? Yes, 50% or maybe above. At that time, you use what? May. Okay? But if the possibility is very little, then we use might. Excellent. Let's come to the third one. Yes? The third one is could. Yeah? The third one is could. In the case of could, yes, when you use could to express possibility, that means it is for something which is not certain. Not certain. Or if you are not sure. Let us see this example. What did the student say? It could be the answer. What did he say? Yes, it could be the answer. But the person is telling us a possibility, but he has no proof. He can't even tell the possibility in a person. So, what do we say? I am not sure. You see, at the end of the sentence, he add what? I am not sure. So, for a possibility which we are not certain or sure, what do we say? Or which one do we use? We use could. Did you get my idea? Now, can you tell the difference between these three? Yes? Which ones have we seen today? We have seen may, yes, might, and could. Very good. In the case of may, we said what? The possibility for happening is 50%, right? And when it comes to might, yes, it is 40%. And in the case of could, it is general but uncertain, something which is not certain. Now, earlier I told you to make some sentences of your own. Can you now rewrite them based on the certainty or on the possibility degree that you have? Let me give you a few seconds to check your sentences. For those which you believe have a possibility of 50% and above, use may, yes? For those activities or possibilities that you have written, if the possibility rate is less than 40 or 50, use might. And for something which is general but uncertain, use could. Rewrite your sentences again, okay? Let me give you some more examples in my case. Practice. Okay. Number 1. I blank go to the gym later if I finish early. Look, I blank go to the gym later if I finish early. Look at this sentence. Now you are going to decide when you see what? If I finish early. How do you think is the degree of possibility? Let's see. Another one. He blank be in a meeting. but I can't tell. But I can't tell. Okay, look at this. He blank be in a meeting, but I can't tell. Be careful on this sentence. But I can't tell. This is the one which makes you decide which one to choose. All right? Let's go. Another one. Look at this sentence. They blank call us now or later. I think they have our number. What did he say at last? I think they have our number. Do you think this person is sure about those who we call them they, that they have his or their number? That's up to you to decide. Let me give you a few minutes. All right. I hope you have tried them. So, let's come and do them together. The first one. I blank go to the gym later if I finish early. How do you think is the possibility? Yes? Did you say 50% and above? If so, you are right. Because the sentence, if I finish early, is 50-50, right? So what do we say? May. Very good. I may. If you say the answer is may, you're correct. I may go to the gym later if I finish early. All right. Let's come to the next one. He blank be in a meeting, but I can't tell. What do we mean when he say, or when the writer says, but I can't tell? When do you say, I can't tell? Yes, you say, I can't tell when you are not sure. Very good. Do you remember what we have said earlier? Could is used for a possibility that we expect, but we are not certain or we are not sure. So, here in the second sentence, which one do we use? We use could. Okay, let's come to number 3. They blank call us now or later. I think they have our number. I think they have our number. Yes? The person is not even sure, not about that they call them or not, but is not also sure that these people, yes, have their number, right? So, the possibility is very little, a slight possibility, which is less than 40 degrees. Right? Yes? Perfect. So what do you say? If you say might, that means you have got the correct answer. So, this is how we use may, could, and might to show or express possibility and probability. Now, let's go to the other category, to the other groups of modal auxiliaries. Okay. The other groups are shall, yeah, will, and should. I am sure you know shall and will when you talk about future actions. Very good. Yes, but in this case, we are not going to use them just for future activities, okay? We are going to use them in showing a possibility and probability. These are the second group. I will give you a good examples just to make you identify which one has a greatest possibility, on which case that we are certain, and on which one is just an expectation. Okay? Good. Okay. Look at this sentence. Examples. Look. If God if God says it shall rain, look, if God says it shall rain, who are we talking about? We are talking about the Creator, right? If God says it shall rain, okay, then what do you think? It shall rain, right? Do you see this sentence? If God says it shall rain, who is saying it shall rain? God. If God says it shall rain, it shall rain. Let's go. If the weatherman said it will rain, now look, if the weatherman said it will rain, yes, what happened? It will rain. What is the difference between these two sentences? Just out of using will and shall, what do you understand? Yeah, in the first sentence, what do we say? If God says, if the Creator say, it shall rain, then it shall rain. How is the possibility? Now, earlier, before these modal auxiliaries, we were talking about the other auxiliaries with a possibility of 50% and less, right? But in these ones, look, if God says it shall rain means the possibility rate is 100%. Yes? 100%. So if you are expressing a possibility using shall, that means you are definitely sure. Okay? Let's come here. If the weatherman said it will rain, it will rain. Look at this. If the weatherman said it will rain, it will rain. A weatherman is a human being, right? He is also using technologies. But there is a little possibility that technologies might fail. Yes? So in this case, it is 90% certain. Because a weatherman is a human being and a technology is a system that might be perfect or sometimes that might fail. Yes? Okay, let's go to the third one, which is should. He has some money. Look, he has some money. Yes? He should buy shoes. Yeah? Look at this. He has some money. I have some preconditions. Yes? And then what do I say? He should buy shoes. What is this? It is expectation. In this case, we are talking about expectation. Now, do you understand or can you tell the difference between these three? Yes? Yes, the possibility of these three is above half. If you see the first one, shall, we use it for a possibility which we believe is 100%. And for the second one, will, the possibility is, yes, a little bit, yes, a little bit lower than the first one, but the certainty rate is above 50, which is 90%. And when we come to the third one, should, when you use should for future possibilities, it is for something that you expect. So what do we call it? A possibility that we expect, or it is our expectation. Now, for today, we have seen these modal verbs or modal auxiliaries, may, might, and could on the first, which are used for a possibility less than 50%. And on the second phase, we have seen, yes, yeah, we have seen shall, will, and should. In this case, our possibility rate is higher than the previous one. Shall is for 100% certain, or a greatest possibility rate. And will is, yes, something which is less, a little less than shall, but its possibility rate is 90%. And for the third one, which is should is for a future possibility that we expect. Did you get my explanation? Very good. Now let me give you a homework. Just 3 or 4 questions to practice, okay? Okay, the first one. We blank the champions this year. We are practicing day and night. Now be careful and consider the second sentence. It says we are practicing day and night. The second one. Okay, look at the second one. He blank bring his sports suit. He has a training. Be careful on the second sentence. It says he has a training. What does it imply? Let's go to the third and the last one, okay? Okay, look at this. We blank have an exam. We have finished chapter 6. Consider which one is or which one has a better possibility and which one has a little bit less and which one is an expectation based on the additional sentence that I gave you, which can help you to remember. Next week, I am sure you will come by doing these assignments or homeworks. For now, this is all what I have. I am Sanait, your English teacher. Bye for now.
Modal verbs. Type modal verbs. Examples.